What's going on, guys? Sorry about that. A little late. Wasn't expecting to be late. Late as usual. Hey, technically, I'm late by 3 minutes, but super technicalities that come in and you take away the time zone issues, then I'm like an hour late. All right? Jeez.
Hour and 3 minutes now.
I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it, you big jerk. All right, so while we're waiting for the other two to come in here, we'll go ahead and address this now. So, Baited, as of today, is gone. It is no longer around. They killed it. It is finito. It's finished. Unfortunately, that was coming. I didn't want it to come. Myself, Shaner, and I believe Rambo actually watched it and enjoyed it. It was really interesting content. I really liked it. I thought it was pretty fun to watch because watching people who agree with each other all the time is just a shit show, right? These guys always seem to always be at each other's throats, and that's what kind of made it kind of like really fun to watch. But it wasn't just yelling; there was always purpose behind it. So, Brim
Wait,
salty as fuck. What's up, Krill?
the channel's gone too?
I think I don't know if the channel's gone or not. I just know Baited is no longer going to be a thing. Tommy C was out on his live stream today, and he was just letting everybody know that it's gone. Uh, Colossal, I guess, is now going to be doing a show with him. They're going to have their own podcast, and Colossal brought in one of Tommy's friends to be a co-host. So it's going to be split 33, 33, 33. So
Oh, okay.
I think I'll watch it. I'll check it out and see how it turns out. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's gonna be like Baited. Baited was pretty unique. I really liked it. Oh, the channel's still there. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was a fun podcast. I mean, you never knew what was gonna happen. It was just one of those, holy crap, someone's gonna flip the fuck out. You know?
So, Tommy C's video is Keemstar blew up baited because he could not control its members.
Yeah, yeah. That's the video that I watched today. Yeah. Well, it was kind of
So,
live still when I came in. So.
Tommy and Keem don't get along anymore?
Well, no, it wasn't so much about them not getting along. It was more or less Tommy was saying like it was always a business partnership. Like it was never anything about friendship. Like they always were just always about business. They were never really actually friends. They weren't friendly friends. Kind of like how we are sometimes, like where we actually get along and we actually game and talk to each other. Um, he only talked to Tommy when it was time to shoot the podcast, and that was it. So
Oh, we're talking about Baited
yeah,
and Keemstar's piece of shit.
I guess, yeah, because I guess what Keemstar lied about some shit.
Well, Keemstar knew about
Damn.
uh, what's his name, Colossal doing a video on him,
Yeah.
or was going to do a video on him, and then chose not to because the stuff just wasn't there. Because they actually discussed it in one of the Baited podcasts, and then all of a sudden somebody out of the blue tweeted him that audio, and like I said, Colossal already discussed this with Keem. Everybody was cool. Everybody understood. They moved on, and all of a sudden, then Keem started acting like he's like being backstabbed and
Like he was being
did
attacked.
yeah, but he was just playing the normal victim like he does. He like for somebody who goes out and talks so much shit as he does, he is like the biggest pussy on the internet.
Who, Keem?
Yes, that boy is like the biggest pussy. Like somebody did like Biblical Reaper did a stupid I was just talking to Jay Centuries about this. Biblical Reaper did a video about Elf on the Shelf and this
Yeah.
evil Elf on the Shelf or whatever.
That's kind of
And
fucked up. My daughters look up Elf on
oh
the
man,
Shelf.
I thought I was cracking up. I'm like going shit. We post pictures like that all the damn time. It's fucking hilarious. But he has no right to tell him to take it down or that he ruined Christmas. If he ruined Christmas, and shit, you're not doing a damn good enough job as a parent teaching your kid what Christmas is about. If it's all about Elf on the Shelf.
I have a serious question. What actually is an elf on the shelf? I hear about it all day long.
You're
Like,
supposed to. You're a parent is supposed to take this little. It looks like just a little elf, and you put him on the shelf or whatever. And then, like throughout, like so many days be leading up till Christmas, you move him in different positions throughout the house, and he's either doing something funny or whatever, or he might leave a little gift somewhere. Um, supposed to be some sort of little thing or whatever for kids. Like, I don't know, just another way to commercialize Christmas.
Oh, because my daughter was telling me that an elf on the shelf TP'd her friend's bathroom. And I was like,
But see, that's
what's
kind of
elf
like
on the shelf?
Huh.
what like everybody's always done with these things. Like when they first came out, it was about, you know, like these different things that Elf on the Shelf will do. And then all of a sudden it became about, oh well, I'm gonna have fun more, a little bit more fun with this and go a little bit further, and I'm gonna TP somebody, or I'm gonna, like, they tied up, there was pictures of like the mom or whatever tied up on the bed and the elf on the shelf like on top of her with a knife, you know, with a little fake knife obviously, but holding it, like holding her down.
Mhm.
It is like just fun shit like that. And that's kind of like what he was doing, except he was doing it with Barbie dolls. And
Interesting.
Keemstar is like, you're a piece of shit, Biblical Reaper. You need to take that shit off the internet. You need to get off the internet. You're ruining Christmas for all the little boys and girls. This is a magical thing for boys and girls. I'm like, dude, quit just being professionally offended. And if your kid really is that damn upset over seeing Elf on the Shelf doing something like that, actually then take her off the internet and teach her what the hell Elf on the Shelf is about. You have that right to do that in your home.
Isn't there a book? I want to say that I've heard of a book called Elf on the Shelf.
That I don't know. I don't read, so I don't know.
Well, Rags reads.
Um, Elf on the Shelf literature themed novels.
It might
I've
be a
not heard
children's
of it.
book, so we
It
might need
possibly
Scarce in here to figure out if it's an actual children's book.
it possibly is. I mean, I wouldn't doubt that they have turned it into a book by now, at least,
Hmm.
or that it
Interesting.
maybe came from a book.
I do get the meme now, though, where Elf on the Shelf is throwing money at a Barbie dancing on a toothpick. I get it now.
Yes, that's what that, like, they do, like this shit like that with it, because it's just something that like people joke around with on the internet. You know, it's turned into like a Elf on the Shelf is more or less turned into a meme rather than, I guess,
It's
what it
reached
really.
Pepe the
Yeah,
Frog status. Except it's
Nice.
not racist yet.
give it
Yet.
time.
Wow.
I don't know. Just Keemstar, I don't know. I never can give him. I never give him the benefit of the doubt, like from the beginning, because he's done so much shit that it's almost like that Adam Sala, like the guy that everybody's talking about today with the shame on Delta Airlines or whatever, boycott Delta. Come to find out, Adam Sala, he wasn't kicked off the plane for just talking to his mom on the phone in Arabic.
Which he apparently didn't even do.
Yeah, he
according
wasn't
to
even he
people.
wasn't even talking to his mom. He was actually yelling. His friend was yelling out really loud in the cabin way, Arabic stuff in Arabic while they were filming for people's reactions.
And Adam Sala or whatever his name is, this is the idiot who defended the Boston bombers.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the fucking retard.
And he's also done this whole racial thing, like
Just a
race
Muslim
baiting
piece of
on the
shit.
airplane quite some time, for a lot of times before. They need to actually just ban him, like put him on the no-fly list, and just make him actually see what it's like to, whenever, you know, you don't just get away with doing all this shit and like causing this huge uproar within the airline, you know, airlines.
I find it interesting that these guys are doing this stuff like on an airplane of all things, or at an airline. I'm sorry, at an airline, and we have people like Mundane Matt who were actually defending it. I'm like, what?
Well, yeah, because I even tweeted out, I was like, y'all sure are, because nothing was out besides Adam Sala's little Periscope video.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was talking about already boycott Delta. Like it was trending for quite some time. And I tweeted, I was like, everybody's like this tweeting out this hashtag
Mm-hmm.
is very quick to judgment when you're actually asking, like saying Delta shouldn't be judging other people.
Yeah.
I was like, you're really asinine here, or actually just ass backwards in the whole idea of, you know, you're pretty much prejudging Delta when it wasn't even, now it come to find out it wasn't even Delta that did anything wrong. I think he owes Delta Airlines and those passengers an apology.
True.
Never happened, but
Of course not. He'll never admit he was wrong. He'll never admit it
Nope.
was a no. He'll just go back because he's pranked people before. He's pulled this shit before.
Wasn't he the one that did the fake bomb scares where like he would be dressed up as an Arab?
No, that's Joey Salads.
Oh, that was Joey Salads. Oh, okay.
Yes, this guy did where he actually has a couple of videos on his channel where sitting on an airplane, speaking Arabic, counting down in Arabic, public, whatever the public experiment or whatever, social experiment, and he was basically counting down real loud in Arabic, and that's going to definitely, I guess make people upset and like make people wonder whatever. He didn't get kicked off, I don't think, for that, but he was filming for people's reactions. He was like, he's got a video up where he actually hired a New York City police officer, where they walked by in normal clothes on a regular police officer. Nothing was said, and then all of a sudden they said they changed clothes into their Arab gear and walked by their rented cop. And all of a sudden, the rented cop was giving him a hard time, racial profiling him. Why are you talking like that? You have no reason to be using that language, and you need to use English, and a bunch of bullshit. And then it came out that that was actually fake because the New York City police officers union or whatever like came after him, like said that, wrote this big statement saying that never happened. And so they had to prove that. They had to come out and say that they changed the title of that video to a dramatization of what happened whenever they were in plain clothes, but this time they used, for some reason, were using their Arabic robes and stuff. He's just a piece of shit, just like Joey Salads is. Like anybody
Salads definitely is.
Anybody who fake social experiments. Because it's the people who actually are discriminated against on airlines or wherever. It's going to make it harder for people to even believe that it's even happening.
The whole thing with Joey Salads, though, you gotta admit, that fucking whole running bull thing, getting his ass beat by a bull, that was pretty cool.
I didn't watch that
I
one.
thought that was Vitali.
Oh, was that Vitali? God, I get these idiots mixed up. My bad. I'm getting everybody mixed up. See, it shows you, like, I don't keep up with these guys because they're just...
I can't keep up with the pranksters.
Yeah, the prank channels are fucking stupid. I think they're dumb as fuck. There's no point in keeping up with them, especially if it's fake. Like, why?
Well, there used to be back in the day, like whenever a lot of them were real.
Yeah, Troll Station. Troll Station is currently, but some of their guys are still in jail.
I'm glad.
But at least it was real, though. It was real, though.
What they were doing was actually, if they would have actually done that in Oklahoma, and I was in some of the convenience stores they were in, there would be some of them dead, not, because I carry. So they come in with a gun or a baseball bat and act like they're, gonna hit people or whatever. I'm shooting them. Yeah. I'm sorry, bud.
Like, did you just say Allah Akbar and then you have like TNT strapped to you? Oh, you're dead.
Yeah,
bye.
I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting to see if you're pranking or not.
No, absolutely.
These people. That's the dangers of doing the real pranks. But you can still do some sort of a real prank, but in a controlled environment.
Yeah.
But these people don't even do that anymore. They
talking
just
to business owners, tell them, hey, I'm going to be filming here. Is that okay? Yeah.
Because they do those fake reality shows. Like, what would you do? Where everybody is real besides just the actors that are involved. Yeah. And so that right there it kind of shows a real reaction from the crowd, because the crowd doesn't know what's going on, but the business owners do, and so do the people that are portraying it. Yeah. But that right there would be more acceptable in the prank community rather than just faking the whole thing. And this whole race baiting thing is just, I get it's a hot topic and it sells, but damn, man, it's like our world's already fucked up.
I have a question. I have a question for you then. What's worse? Yeah, okay. Fake pranks, right? Or fake social experiments to make the community look worse than it really is?
Oh, it's definitely fake social experiments.
Yeah, me too.
No question about that, because that's...
Yeah, I can't even watch Yusuf anymore. I used to watch Yusuf a lot back in the day when he was just vlogging. He had pretty good content, and then he started doing this whole fake social experiment about how rich people are just terrible fucking people in Los Angeles, and I'm just like, and I found out it was fake.
He's fucking rich.
Yeah, exactly. I found out he was doing this as fake shit, and then I was like, wow, so he he's saying he's helping people, but he's not, right?
No, he's not at all.
He's painting a picture as a general consensus of what's going on around him when it's not really like that at all. Couldn't be
No,
further
and
from the
it feeds,
truth.
and it feeds more into stereotyping and everything else.
Yeah,
and,
exactly. It amplifies it. What he's doing is amplifying it.
I just had somebody tweet today, white privilege or whatever. Now this
Oh, boy.
this video was fucking disgusting. A white cop was at this black lady's house. Black lady and white cop were out, and the white man that was the perpetrator in this was standing out there too.
Mm-hmm.
And the black lady was saying, "Look, this man. I came home, and my 7-year-old son said this man choked him, and I came out here asking him why he put his hands on my son, and he said he threw a piece of paper at me. And he said she said that's no reason to put your hands on my son." And the cop, oh my God, I think that if I was the mother in this situation, I would have gone to jail immediately because I would have knocked the shit out of the cop. The cop goes, "Well, why didn't you teach him not to litter?" And she's like, "That's no excuse." She goes, "That doesn't matter. That's no excuse for him to put he has no right. He can't put his hands on my son for that." And he goes, "Why not?"
What?
And then all of a sudden, she's like, "No." He's like, "Why are you yelling at me?" She's like, "You pissed me off telling me that that it's okay for him to put his hands on my son." And he's like, "If you say one more thing, you're going to jail." Then he took the whole black family to jail and let the white guy go.
Wow.
And she said it's white privilege. And I said, "That's not white privilege. That's just fucking ignorance."
It's ignorance slanted with retardation.
Yes, like you cannot use the term when you say white privilege. That says every white person has a privilege because of their white skin.
Right.
I said that's simply just not the case. I said I want to ask these people, okay, because there's been several times that I've been picked over for a job because of affirmative action by a black person,
Absolutely,
or a Spanish person. So can I say there's black privilege?
There is black privilege.
Yeah,
No, I know. I'm just saying, like they would not say that there's black privilege. Would you agree? These people would not.
Oh no, they wouldn't. No,
But they're using it for the fact that there's one white guy that got off because of he's being white as white privilege. And I'm like going, that's not indicative of white privilege. That's just indicative of ignorance.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, absolutely.
It's like if there's white privilege, I'm missing out on a whole bunch of fucking shit.
Speaking about missing out on a whole lot of shit, or should I say, making up some shit, Rambo? Huh? What?
Oh my God.
Hey, Rags.
Oh.
Do you have large amounts of wealth with like hot bitches all around you that you love and you just gotta bang every night? Is that a thing for you, Rags? No? Yeah? Okay, maybe fellow doges or, a lot of dudes. Sausage salad.
I'm gonna go with the dudes.
Okay, so there's this individual that Rambo included me and Rags in on a tweet, and I found this pretty interesting. I'm going to go ahead and go to the tweet because this is how interesting this tweet is. Now, we shitpost all the time. We joke around. We say some off-the-wall shit, right? And we'll even make up some fabrications about each other on Twitter just to fuck with people. Like the whole porn pics with Rambo in it. That shit was pretty funny. Everybody was like kind of looking forward to it. And I was like, you guys are some sick motherfuckers. But it was funny as shit, right? Let's see if I could find it. But anyways, there's this tweet that Rambo tagged us in today. And I'm just like, this can't be real.
Did you read the whole tweet line?
I'm looking for it right now. Hold on.
Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah, this guy is so far off into like, I don't know.
This is where the misinformation in YouTube, because he was basically spouting crap gamers rhetoric for the first beginning portion of the tweet, and then all of a sudden it kind of just went south today, like later today. Whenever I included you in it.
Yeah.
Because it just like went way south, like.
I think I found it. To
the point of being sad.
He brought his W2. Oh wait, he brought his W2s in on this, dude.
I don't believe him.
There's no way.
Not after the women. Not after the woman.
And this is my girl. Enjoy your fake HDR. So this guy tweets a picture of this pretty hot female blonde. That this very image, by the way, guys, exists on a dating site that Rambo so aptly presents. And Rambo's tweet response was, "Oh damn, man, you just didn't take that picture off the website, did you? For fuck's sakes, that's pathetic." Now, it's pretty damning when he tweets everybody this. I see this, everybody sees this. All because this guy was so fucking embarrassed, he has not responded yet. And I think he even tried to remove the tweet that Rambo tweeted. In fact, I think Rambo, you got blocked by him, if I remember correctly, because I can't see the tweet. I can't see the tweet on your timeline, but if I click his timeline, I see it. If you guys want to clown this guy, I highly suggest you go and clown this guy. In fact, here, let me give you guys the link in the podcast. Listen here,
because he took the actual picture came from a website as how to get a girlfriend.
This guy fabricates. This guy has the guy I just linked in the chat. Guys, go have fun. Have fun. Make up something extremely positive about yourself, and just be hashtag just my opinion. Just go nuts on it. Just go fucking nuts. Post whatever you want to post. It's funny. I can't wait to see this. Make sure you tag us.
It was like I couldn't believe it because, like, first of all, it all started out with like the HDR because he kept. Okay, it started out with our wonderful people over there at ICXM.net. The Xbox. What is it? I don't know. Their little hive mind thing over there. They tweeted out a thing saying that Phil Spencer says that locking down content is not a good thing or whatever.
Which is funny. That's funny coming from
something
him,
about his like basically saying that Sony sucks for like locking down these little bitty tiny missions on like Watch Dogs 2 where they got like an exclusive mission or whatever, or on Watch Dogs 1 where they got like an exclusive mission and a white outfit. But somehow that's bad, but locking down 3 months of I guess exclusivity on a whole fucking game from Steam and a year from PlayStation is okay. And so I tweeted that out, and I was like, this guy, that's where it started from. This guy like all of a sudden responded to me like way later talking about like Sony's lying to us, and am I believing snorting the pony dust? And I'm like, what are you talking about? What is Sony lying about? He's like, HDR on the vanilla PS4. He's like, it can't do it. It doesn't even have the right HDMI port. I'm like, it does. Yeah. It was built with an HDMI 2.0, but it was locked down to 1.4 in anticipation for them to actually go back and unlock it. And I said, so, you know, it has the capabilities. It's like, well, what game then? Okay, it only has like 2 games. I was like, no. I was like, so I pulled up a list of like every game that's HDR compatible on PlayStation 4. It's like 56 games, and a lot of them are indies though. I mean, a lot of the big games are still kind of side by side with, besides like the exclusives on each side, but side by side the same on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One S. But a lot of the indie games on there, but it's anyway 56 games. Yeah, and I'm like, no, there's 56 games that are HDR on the vanilla PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 4 Pro. It's like, oh no, that can't happen. That can't happen. There's only 2. I'm like, that's not. He's like, well, then how come Sony hasn't tweeted out saying that this one's HDR compatible on or vanilla PlayStation 4? I'm like, because they don't have to. Like, it's common knowledge that if your console can support HDR and a game gets an HDR update, that it just happens. It works. I mean, that's just the way it happens, the way it works. And he's like, well, do you have an HDR TV? I'm like, it doesn't matter. I don't need a damn HDR TV to be able to know how technology works. It's just not that damn difficult. It's not rocket science.
Right.
And whenever I got a picture of his, because I said, man, because he kept on going back and forth. I was like, dude, you're really, I said, I'm sorry, but you're getting to the point where you're just being stupid. Yeah. He's like, well, I make money. Look at this money I make. I'm like, well, congratulations. I was like, I said, so somehow your income doesn't equates to your level of intelligence? And he's like, well, I'm making a lot for being stupid, aren't I? I was like, well, stupid people make money too.
Like, well, clearly, yeah. You are,
yeah,
I guess.
I mean, yeah. And then all of a sudden he like, somebody like other people started tweeting them, like they got jumped on my timeline and started tweeting them. I just left them alone because I couldn't deal with it anymore. I was getting to the point of like I was gonna pull every bit of the hair out of my face and stuff. And all of a sudden, like he tweeted back to somebody like, "Want enjoy your fake HDR? Here's my girlfriend." And I was like, okay. And something, the reason why I looked it up is something about that picture looked like it was some sort of.
You recognized it from all that porn viewing you're looking at?
No, it looked like it looked like a picture that somebody actually had like made for a reason or whatever. So I was like, well, shit, I'm gonna reverse tweet it, just see what it looks like. And all of a sudden, like I was really, looking down, and this picture was popping up on like an how to get your girlfriend, how to get a girlfriend, how to get a girlfriend, like written over and over again in different articles. I'm like going, oh, you can't, this can't be real. So I clicked on it, scrolled down. I was like, oh my God, sure enough, this dude like pulled, like at least he pulled an art from an article that's obscure. But damn, man, like that's really got to be sad. Like if you're trying to portray that as your girlfriend, don't pull it from a website that says how to get a girlfriend.
At least go to page 2 of Google search, you know?
Yes, at least it makes you look pathetic. Like I feel sorry for the guy now. He's like probably sitting at home like broke because he ain't making any money. He ain't got no girlfriend. He's just trying his best to like try to find somebody to talk to.
Either way, it was funny. Like
Oh, it was fun.
I haven't seen any
hilarious,
bullshit posted like that since I would say high school, maybe.
I haven't either, to tell you the truth.
High school. I think he's a kid. I think this person is definitely a kid. I think he
would-
feels like he needs to impress people. He wants to be around the in crowd, so he needs to fabricate all these things for himself and make himself seem like he's this most important thing, because to him, this is important, and that's what I mean, it's kind of what Keemstar did at the beginning. Actually, he did the same thing. He blew himself up into making people believe he was more important than he really was. He didn't want to show anybody the bad sides of him or anything like that. He was worried about what other people thought, so he would fabricate shit. It's amazing.
Yeah, somebody told, like, do you know who Mr. 100 is?
Yeah.
Jay Centuries had liked a video or whatever, and so I clicked on it, and I happened to go there, but I don't even know who it was or whatever, but because I turned the volume down because I really didn't care to listen to the thing. I was just talking to Jay in the chat.
Yeah.
And then Mr. 100 comes in and he's like, yo, Rambo, I heard you was a racist. Is that true? I was like, no. It's like the only person you could have heard it from is either K Mega or Cyclonus. And I said, we both know that they're not the sharpest tools, sharpest or brightest crowns in the box, He's like, what was that? Yeah, I didn't ever said I heard it from them. That just makes you look guilty. I was like, look, you can think whatever you want to of me. I don't give a shit what you think of me. I was like, I'm not here to make you feel like that I am a racist or I'm not a racist. Think what you want to think. I don't really care what people think of me.
How does that make you sound guilty for you identifying who he heard it from? That doesn't make any sense.
That's just their always comeback is just that if you know, like, I don't know. They've always done that to me. They've like, it's always because it's K Mega and Cyclonus that K Mega is the one that took that picture from my personal page and turned me into a racist within, I guess, a select group of the black people. But the other black people I'm still friends with, but apparently per MTV, I can still be friends with black people and still be racist.
What?
Did you not see the MTV video?
Bro,
Yeah,
I so
Oh man.
There was the chick who did the producer of MTV was here, let me pull it up here.
Oh yeah, I'd love to hear more about that because they took the damn video down. Rightfully so too.
you gotta love the retards that are in charge of media, right? These people.
I just like, how did that get through? How did that honestly get through? It's because it's got to go through some sort of checks and balances, I would think.
Yeah.
You would think.
Now the
Yeah,
producer wants it, so it happens.
I mean, do you think that the producer just like is at that point to where they're just that racist over there?
Let me show you here because I need to get it.
Oh wait, there's more.
I couldn't believe it whenever because Philly D first talked about it, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" I figured it was just another one of them Francesca things. And then I actually went to go check it out, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And then I right at the same time I saw Rags tweet it out. I was like, okay, I definitely got to listen to it. It was, wow. When did it become okay just to be racist towards white people?
Here we go. It's a not safe for work.
Oh,
Sweet.
let's go check this out. Not safe
This
for
is what
work.
probably not safe.
This should be interesting.
Oh wow.
So I just found out that.
Is that really the person?
No way.
Oh my god.
What the hell? That's really a producer over there? Wow. What happened, MTV? You used to be my favorite program growing up. You guys had the best music videos at one point. You guys
Why
showed
do they even
rock.
call themselves MTV anymore?
Dude, like what was it? Like early 90s? They were really, really good.
Not to
Now,
mention Beavis and Butthead.
man,
I mean,
Beavis and Butthead was a thing. Yeah, man. Like, this was really, really good. And now they are fucking terrible.
now they got like a homo-looking version of like Thorny wearing a fucking suit that says "fuck white people."
Why on earth? Oh my god.
Mm.
Yeah, thanks, Rags. Like that just like, ugh. That's disgusting. Oh, did you see Lena Dunham?
The whole abortion thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
Great.
needs to just go away.
greatest fucking person on earth, right?
He just needs to go away.
I think Philly D said it best. He's like, whatever cause she gets behind, she
Yeah.
ends up ruining. Did you hear what she said?
No, I
Ben?
didn't. No, I didn't.
People like, she's outspoken for like your pro-choice, right?
Right.
Well, I guess somebody talked to her, asked her about her abortion, like when she had one, and she was kind of taken back by and then
Oh,
like,
wait. This is the one that.
riddled with the stigma.
This is the one that's
of-
pregnant right now, right? And she regretted not having an abortion.
No, she's not. I don't think she's pregnant right now. I'm not sure if she's pregnant or not, but she said she did come out and say that. Well, I really wish I would have had an abortion.
Yeah, no, she's pregnant right now. She can't have an abortion right now because it's too far in into the trimester. Yeah, she's pregnant right now.
Now her kid's gonna grow up knowing that her mom.
Hated her
Yeah.
or him.
I
Would
whatever.
have rather had an abortion just so she could have known what it felt like.
Like I wish. He's like, I wish I had aborted you.
Sound clips,
Like,
everybody.
what an
Because the
awful,
internet
terrible
will. Yeah,
thing.
dude,
The
that
internet
is
will
terrible.
say that forever.
Yeah, as soon as that kid gets older, that
Like,
kid's
remember,
gonna be
kid, your
traumatized.
mom wanted to abort you.
Because you're obviously the blight of oppression by male oppression. I mean, that is some terrible shit.
This like 2016 is like ending on a very
Crazy.
just crazy fucking note, man.
Well, let's get. I mean, let's be. I mean, dude, this whole year's been crazy.
Then we start off with 1080 Ti and President Trump. So
Well, I was actually kind of wondering like what after the Electoral College basically stuck with the Electoral College.
Hillary lost an elector to Harambe.
She what?
That's awesome.
You mean an electorate actually voted for Harambe?
Let's see.
Gotta be kidding, right? Oh, that is just too fucking great if that's true.
That's what I saw.
Because I had to make up for it.
That is fucking great.
Oh my god. That is amazing. So fucking Harambe.
That right there says a whole lot.
I know she lost more electors than Donald did. He lost 2. She lost 5.
Wow.
That's
I don't know. There's like a bunch of shit just happening like crazy left and right. Of course, the thing in Berlin. It just I don't know. It seems like that a lot of things. I'm hoping that 2017 starts off to be a hell of a lot better than way 2016's ending.
I mean, we're finishing this month off with one ambassador down, a terrorist down. I think they finished
Well,
up.
it's just bringing Turkey and Russia together.
Yeah, they finished up. They
They
finished
did
up
the exact
Aleppo,
opposite
right?
of what the assassin wanted.
Yeah, yeah. So like Turkey is finally saying, hey, maybe we should be trying to figure this out. Because before, if you guys remember, Turkey's been like the fucking go between, right? Like they always kind of like tried to say they didn't like Russia, and they're like, oh, Russia's just being crazy. No, Russia's been on point this whole fucking time, and it took
And
this situation for you to fucking finally realize this.
And I mean, look, we see it happening all across Europe. I mean, Merkel's not gonna be, she's not gonna be in power long.
Good,
Hollande is
good.
gone. You have Brexit and Theresa May. We have Trump.
Oh, you got
I
La
mean,
Pen coming in for France, hopefully.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's gonna be swapping around. A lot of stuff that's heading in the other direction. People just finally getting sick of it, and this is the turning point.
Yeah, I mean what these people haven't realized, like the person you were tweeting, I forgot what his name was, that cancerous person for gaming.
Which one?
Rags was tweeting it, like his tweets with Rags's picture.
Oh, Pyro?
Is that the Mr. Noob Tube
No.
guy?
No, Macintosh.
Oh, God.
But people, I mean, it's seriously like people like him and what in this whole white privilege thing and like all this stuff has actually finally just came to a head, and that's what created Trump. That's what created
this whole tracer bollocks. Like, we should give a shit.
And that's what we had this long discussion today about the tracer thing. Because first of all, I was like, I don't give a shit. I don't understand like why anybody would care.
Yeah.
The only reason anybody would care, because somebody replied back said nobody is really caring that she's gay, but they seem to be caring more the fact that
They're making such a huge deal about it.
it sounds like Blizzard is doing it for the sake of doing it rather
Yeah.
than actually their true envision for Tracer.
And of course, they can't win. Here's the thing: you can't win with these people. You can
No.
never give an inch because they're never satisfied. Now that Tracer is a lesbian, and I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I can still wank to her. It doesn't matter.
Well, yeah.
Now that Tracer's a lesbian, now they
Makes
have
it
people
better.
bitching like Macintosh and all that. Well, if she's a lesbian, then how can this and this, and she's still for
But
the
she's
male
a-
gays, and why
She's
she
a
did
hot,
this?
hot lesbian.
You're not supposed to have a hot lesbian because then people objectify her because she's beautiful. It's you can't win. No matter what you do, you cannot win. So do not give an inch. I don't know why
And you
Blizzard.
And you can't even win on the other side because the other people that whenever they make her gay, they automatically assume that they made her gay because of the other side. And no matter what Blizzard says or does, those people will always think that it was to forced it down our throats. But I don't give a shit one way or the other. I mean,
I don't
when I'm
think it
playing
was
the
forced down my
character,
throat. It was some
don't think
comic
so.
that I've never heard of.
me too. I've
Comic
never read
book,
it. Never.
I don't know. I don't care. It doesn't change how. Now, if they fucking give her a freaking pantsuit and pierce her septum or shit like that, yeah, then obviously that's I don't no lesbian skins for Tracer, please. Same
But
with
when I-
pantsuits.
the conversation from that devolved into like gay people, and it was like it's like our belief in gay people. It was me and this other guy named Mike talking to these other two people. We were basically saying that we have no problem with gay people. Mike was a little bit more Irish Catholic, so he was very he has no problem with civil unions, but he has a problem with gay marriage. I said I don't really have a problem with gay marriage. I don't give a shit, like, because you're not affecting me one way or the other.
Right.
I don't give a shit. But I was like, I just don't believe that you're quote unquote everybody that's gay is quote unquote born with it.
Mhm.
That some people, it's a choice for some people.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh no, it's definitely you're born with it. Everybody that's saying that they weren't born, they chose is lying. And I was like, well, it's not.
Well, it's like choosing what your favorite color is.
Yeah. I mean, that's like it's just.
I mean, it's just a part. It's just another part of
an
you.
an old friend of mine, me and him used to get into this all the time, and he asked me, why would you choose to fuck another man in the ass? And I said, well, have you ever tried it? He said, no. Then how do you know you're not going to like it?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Well, a lot of
right?
people don't.
Just,
A lot of people just are turned off by things.
But yeah, and that's fine. I mean, that's their choice or whatever. But I mean, and these people were like, they quoted me back. Science has proven that it's a genetic trait for being gay. And I was like, really? Like I hadn't heard this.
Russia is the only one that has come up with
Uh,
that statement, from what I understood.
So no, you know what they tweeted me back?
Hmm.
A Wikipedia article
Oh God.
that animals were observed in the wild having gay tendencies, and I was like, that's not science.
That
That's
is
nature.
We've proven that. We've observed homosexuality in like 200 plus animal species.
Yeah, and I was like, and I was like that. I said, next thing you're going to tell me is that there's actually truly asexual humans. Well, there is. I was like, oh my God, there's not. Like it's. He's like, how do you know? I was like, because it's physically fucking impossible.
You can't.
Wait,
Yeah,
asexual?
asexual humans cannot reproduce on themselves. That just doesn't work that way.
You can't. There's no human that can change their sex in order to reproduce.
Right. I agree.
It just doesn't work that way. Sorry.
Well, I think normally in humans it means without sexual feelings or association.
Yeah, absolutely.
When
Right.
people say asexual.
Yeah.
Right, but I was referring to showing them that
He was referring to it in procreation.
as far as the animal
Yeah.
kingdom, because animal kingdom has asexual animals, like
Yeah.
where they can do their own, like they don't need an opposite sex to
Right.
reproduce.
Yeah, like sea
I was
life.
like,
There's a lot of sea life that does.
Yeah. I said humans can't do that, so therefore you can't just use everything an animal does and say a human does too. I said there needs. I mean, if it's genetic, fine. I don't give a shit if it is. Just like if they prove it.
One's
science,
a physical, unchangeable genetic trait, and the other's tendency.
Right. Absolutely.
right. And I was like, if one science proves one way or the other, I'll stick with whatever the facts say. I was like, it doesn't bother. I was like, I'm not bothered by gay people. I don't give a shit. I was
Right.
like, but it's just like I deal with like what is factual. And right now, I mean, it's just not factual that people are born with some sort of DNA that makes you gay.
But don't you know, they've seen it in the wild.
Yeah, with like hummingbirds, and by God, we get so much of our genetic code from hummingbirds.
I mean, you
I
can
don't-
even break it down to that, though. You could sit there and say, well, if we're going by nature's standards, then it doesn't matter who we fuck. You see what I mean? Like, because we could easily sit there and say, well, look at nature. I mean, it's been observed for thousands of years.
The fact that it occurs in nature is normally an argument that's given to people who say it doesn't matter, it's natural anyway. So I don't know why it would be a issue at all.
I don't know. Just their argument would just like went in full circle because they were saying it's genetics. We were showing them that it's not, and then all of a sudden they turned around and said it was DNA. I was like, you do realize DNA is genetics? And then they're like, oh, okay. Well, so once I went full circle, I was like, I said, I'm done. I can't, man. I can't.
Like if you adopted a dog, or had a dog from a puppy, and he wasn't always the brightest dog, and he constantly was humping dogs of the like same sex, he's not just like not a bright dog anymore or a goofy dog. He was born homosexual. Is that
Basically?
Oh,
That's what their argument was.
okay? Well, that totally clears it up. All right.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Just it was just a weird conversation, and that was actually like right before I went to go see the Assassin's Creed movie.
Yeah.
Got free tickets to Assassin's Creed, and so me and my wife went to see it today, and
Yeah,
it was
I heard it sucks.
it's decent. I mean, but the first half of the movie, it was like trying to fight staying awake. Because I don't know if y'all remember the very first Assassin's Creed, but one thing that really pissed me off at the game, and it took me out of the game, was going back and forth in and out of the Animus, like over and over and over again.
Right.
And that's exactly what the movie did. Like you were in and out of the Animus like so much, and I was like, what the hell? It's like in the regular life was not near as exciting as the assassin life. So you were just kind of like bored, like going, come on, like get back to his actual ancestry story or whatever. And then the last half of the last, I would say, third of the movie was actually decent, was actually really good. And like I was like really alert and watching it and stuff. But as far as like recommending it, if you're gonna do it, I'd wait for it to be on the red box. It's really just it's definitely not worth spending money on, like the type of money that would to be going to the movies for.
Yeah.
It's just not worth that price.
Or there is also AFTA.tv, completely free. Run ad blocker, you're good.
That'll work too.
Just throwing that out there.
Mm-hmm. U-Block is good.
Oh yeah, Warcraft was definitely a far better.
Oh, I love Warcraft.
That was actually a really good movie. I'm not even a World of Warcraft fan. I don't even know anything about it. So I came into it just as a movie person, and it did a good enough job telling a story and keeping me into it, where I didn't feel like I was lost because I didn't know anything about Warcraft. So it was actually a really good movie.
Nice.
Did it make you want to play the game?
No, not at all. I have a life.
Playing other games like Destiny for the rest of his life.
No, I've actually quit playing Destiny.
What have you been playing?
You're not gonna get your $400 out of it?
Ah!
I feel like I have. I've played over 2,500 hours on PlayStation 4 and over 700 or 800 hours on Xbox One. So I feel like I've gotten my money out of it.
A second ago, you just said you had a life.
Well, I do now that I quit
But
playing
now-
Destiny.
Don't you understand? Don't you understand? He makes up his life like everybody else does on the net, evidently.
As
right?
I go, I just make it up as I go.
He just kind of wins
Ever
it.
since I left the Navy SEALs, I have so much more time to
Yeah.
spend fucking literally every woman I see. So
Yeah, tomorrow he could be a porn star. You just never know. I mean,
You never know. It just really. I mean, we're still working on
I
that
love
Pornhub
porn
deal, so-
stars. I need to see if I get Mercedes in here one of these nights. Just get her in here, just talking about the dick she gets.
and for those of you that can't see Rambo's nudes, the ones that I leaked specifically, you're colorblind.
Yeah, you have to be.
You are
colorblind.
obviously
That's just-
colorblind and vision. Your vision's impaired. So
Go get that shit checked out because you need those special $300 glasses so you can see my nudes.
Mm-hmm.
pretty much.
We did that on purpose just to help you guys out.
Pretty much. I mean, that is such his life, right? That definitely is a thing. So, man, sorry, I'm a little
No, I've
distracted
been-
right now. I got Mercedes Carrera going down on some hot chick. Anyways,
As far
Go
as
ahead.
playing what I've been playing, like right now I'm trying to platinum Shadow of Mordor.
but I thought you said you had a life.
I do. It's
You just
playing
saw
another
Assassin's
game.
Creed. Is that a life?
Yes, I'm like blackballed. You know, I went outside and saw a movie. I didn't tweet about it though. I should have took pictures and tweeted about it.
Okay. Anyways.
That's what somebody like said something about Black Bond, and like everybody's like so mad at Black Bond for posting that he went to a football game. I was like, I don't think anybody's mad at him for posting that he went. It's that
Mhm.
he goes above and beyond trying to prove that has a life, that it just almost seems fake.
Yeah, I agree with
So
that.
that's what
I agree with
more along people were saying instead of regular. You know, who cares? Like nobody cares if you go to see a football game. Like
that.
nobody.
Oh, dude, he used to be over the top with it. He used to like
Oh, he
record.
did, didn't he?
Yeah, he used to like go and record like parties in his house, and he'd be like, "Oh, I'm doing a beer bong." Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
"Come on, dude!" Like,
If he was at a beer, like if he was at a bar, he'd like do this little Twitter video or whatever, saying like, I'm like he'd order a beer on this video and then post it. Like, who cares, man? Like nobody. I don't know. Just nobody cared if he was out at a bar or anything like that. But he felt that I guess that the stigma around gaming, I guess, got to him
yeah,
to make him feel like that he needed to show that he lived outside of gaming. I don't know. It's crazy how people get like so self-conscious about gaming.
yeah, it's a little weird. It is a little weird. Well, because he thinks he's got so much to prove here on the internets about how he's so successful in life, and he's
Yeah.
not the plebe that he decrees other people of being. So he has to make sure that he keeps up with his own image.
Well, yeah, I
Because-
guess he's kind of set himself up for that though.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
the way he puts other people down, he's got to make sure that he lives above that.
Yep.
And it's kind of hard to do that. So I mean, if like he must be spending a lot of money just to show that he's not the social reject that he's. You know, I wouldn't want to do that.
right.
I wouldn't want to try to keep up with that type of.
Like, is
It's- I
there really any point to it? You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
really, there's not. I don't give a shit. Like, you can think I'm a social reject all you want. I don't. I've lived 40 years of my life. I don't really give a shit what you think.
exactly.
You know,
pretty
that-
much. Yeah. It's just silly. It's all silliness. It's all
It is.
silliness. Oh
Trying to
man.
improve yourself over the internet. Just
Speaking.
you end up posting a picture of how to get a girlfriend site.
Hey, speaking of news and internet,
hard.
Rag. So PC gaming, it's worth what, $42 billion? Was that right?
I think it was 36 billion.
Yeah, I think it was in 30 billions because it wasn't that much. Like
Oh, they
console
well,
was
I thought they
console
said
and mobile were like right next to each other.
yeah, yeah.
Oh wait, mobile gaming, 41 billion. PC gaming or PCs 36 billion.
Oh, that's a new one
Gaming's
then.
growing at tremendous rates. Blah blah blah. Premium games, PC, blah, blah, 4 billion. Yeah, there's a bunch of numbers here in the link I tweeted out.
That's pretty cool. I mean, like, again, I'm not trying to say that. I'm just saying. For those that are
That's actually
saying
a really good thing.
PC gaming is irrelevant,
Yeah. Nvidia and all those say they were saying they're making a shit ton of money, and more people are buying parts than pre-builts now. So
People
Oh,
like
good.
to boil it down to because everybody knows that the majority of that 42 billion or whatever
Mm-hmm.
or 36 billion is coming from Dota and shit like that, League of Legends, not
yeah,
actual.
it's driven largely by free-to-play online
Yeah.
titles and downloadable games.
Which is not
Yep.
it's not a slight on my end towards PC gaming, but that's what people try to say. Okay, well, you're not really like PC gaming isn't making that much. It's this select few, but like I don't understand like that because it's still a PC game.
Yeah.
So regardless if Halo was the one that made all this money, it's still money on Xbox. I mean, it
Either
doesn't
way,
make-
either way you can look at it. You can sit there and be like, oh, okay, well, if we're gonna go by price and the revenue yearly per game, well,
Well,
in
it's all
that
about-
case,
it's all about moving the goalposts.
yeah.
yeah, it is.
Well, what
Just
I'm
to-
saying
just to
is,
try to fit their narrative.
well, what I'm saying is, you could easily argue somebody down with no problem, game to game, when it comes to the PC market versus console. You could easily sit there and say, oh, okay, so Call of Duty sold how much this year? Oh, okay, well, let's just times that by like half, and let's put World of Warcraft up there. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, it made more than that in what, 6 months? Huh. Yeah, okay, and I mean, you know what I mean? Like, but people don't want to do that. They just want to keep saying, "Oh, well, PlayStation's better or Xbox is better," and PC gaming sucks. Like, come on, guys.
I don't. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand the people that that are like attack either the PC gaming or they attack the console. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, who cares where? If no, as long as the person's not attacking you or coming after your like
Well,
like with the misinformation, like a lot who people who rags go after. Those are the ones that are completely misinforming anything about PC gaming. I get that, but just a regular console gamer that doesn't have. I mean, there's like I don't understand. There's people on the PC side and there's people on the console side that go completely out of their way to find those people who have nothing to say about either or, just to attack them to say that their platform sucks. And I don't understand the mentality behind it. I don't. PC gaming has always been better than, as far as like money wise and numbers and all that kind of shit. It's always been better than console.
yeah. Oh yeah.
It's not really a revolutionary type thing.
I mean, we could. I mean, like I said, man. I mean, you could easily just break apart PC by sales per part, and line it up right along with, say, a console game, and the part would win out every fucking time, all the way
Well, yeah,
down
you can-
to to the studs that hold up a motherboard, man. I mean,
Well, yeah. I mean, it's
Well,
it-
when you're out and about and you tell people you play video games, they say, "Well, what do you play on an Xbox or a PlayStation?" It's like you're forgetting. I mean, they're
Yeah.
well. I mean, a lot of those people though.
You're right, though. Yeah.
I mean, but a lot of those people go like they know gaming from what they see inside stores.
Yeah, they go to a GameStop and
And
they're like, okay, that's obviously like
there's no-
that's what gaming is really about, right there.
There's no really no physical presence in the PC world anymore. So it's almost like it's been
you don't see it
forgotten.
at stores or anything. You don't see like the PC section with all the stuff there at GameStop and everything.
You really don't. I mean, it's now you're starting to see a little bit more of it now. But for a long time, like you didn't see shit. Like they had like the
It's all
Steam
digital.
cards.
Yeah, just all digital.
Yeah. And so I mean it's kind of out of sight, out of mind for a lot of these casual people and they don't sit there and think, oh, my PC, I can play games on it. Besides like Minesweeper and shit like that, Solitaire.
Are you that damn Yeti? You can get away from him, by the way.
That Yeti, what are you talking about?
Never mind, it's fine.
But I
I
think
don't
the
know that-
YouTube gaming community creates PC gamers, if you want to be honest. I mean, or if you want me to be honest.
No, it does.
No, I think so too. I think because they're just can't. It's cancerous. Like the if you're a neutral and you're like, okay, well, this is the Xbox gamer. Let me, I'm gonna go check out his channel because, and then you end up getting that fanboy rhetoric, and it'll drive a person to PC gaming because I don't know, it kind of drove me there um, earlier. I couldn't even, I didn't even feel right even playing a console just because so much negativity and bullshit was surrounding that. It just I got too overwhelmed with it to a point where I just like stepped away from it, like went solely to the PC. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's like somebody like K Mega or whatever said there's no way console is losing anybody to PC gaming, and I'm like, yeah, that's
That's been happening for years now. There's so many
not
people.
really a smart thing to say considering.
Right. Exactly. That's what I was just gonna say. I mean, there are
Yeah.
people that I know that Shaner knows that we've talked to that are
Shit,
now
I did.
that are now big YouTube channels that start off on a console, and they literally went to PC gaming because they saw the shit examples that were here on YouTube that are getting the traction. They don't want to be a part of that. They don't want to see or talk or anything to do with those kind of people. So they're like, you know
No,
what? Fuck that. If that's how
Not
people see
only-
me, then I'm not going to be a part of that community.
And
Yeah,
not
it's
only
just-
from the toxicity, but the like you guys were saying, the out of sight, out of mind, being clueless thing. The YouTube gaming community, even the positive side, brings awareness to okay, there's more than just Xbox and PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah,
more ways than one.
and that's another good thing. I mean, I'm glad to see that channels out there that are, I wouldn't say just dedicated to even just PC gaming, but just dedicated to gaming in general, to where they like to actually, even if there is negativity, they might touch on it, but they try to focus on the positives and the different areas where you can get a game or whatever to allow people to, that there are choices out there for them. It's
Yeah.
not just Microsoft or Sony, and it's lost upon a lot of the casual market. When they walk into Walmart, they walk into Target, they walk into Best Buy, they see the PC section at Best Buy, and it's just basically a bunch of PCs and actually, it's mainly Apple computers.
Yeah.
And then you go to the gaming section, and Best Buy's done a little bit better. They kind of got a computer set out there, like a gaming computer on an end cap, but it's way at the very back, way away from like basically where all even past the 360 and PS3 games. So it's almost like to the point to where like most people would never go back in that area to see it. So I mean, but at least I give them credit that there's actually a gaming computer up. But for the most part, the casual market just walks in and sees PlayStation, Xbox, and that's all they see.
Yeah.
The PC section at a local Best Buy here, the local Best Buy here is it's gotten a whole lot bigger. It used to be just like a shelf, and now it's got its whole row, which is a huge step
nice.
up, full of peripherals and stuff.
I'm glad to see that. And I know
I mean, it's
that
still in the back, but
yeah, they have like the very far back wall of mine that is filled up with like the GPUs and all the peripherals and stuff. But technically, I mean that like it kind of blends in with the actual like computer side of the store.
Yeah.
And the actual PC gaming thing, like where I would consider the PC gaming is just an end cap with a pretty good gaming computer. Actually, it's not too bad. But it's at the very end. What's sad is that they don't actually have it to where you can play it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there was a way that they could actually lock it down to just a certain title of a game or whatever, but I think that would also be a very good thing for them to do, is to allow somebody to try out a game on PC.
oh yeah, that's what it takes. I mean, for a lot of people, it's what it takes. The problem is that you can walk into a store and you could play an Xbox or a PlayStation or a Wii because they're just sitting there and you just play them and try them out.
Yeah.
But with PC, you can't really do that. So people don't know what it's like. So when people play these games at ultra settings, 1080p, and it's running smooth as silk, and they've got a mouse and keyboard and they can do stuff with it, is that for a lot of people, they just have to use it that one time and you just don't look back.
It really blew me away whenever, because people talked about
crazy. I recall
people talked about it all the time, and I'm like, whatever, I'm perfectly fine with console. Graphics look great, shit runs smooth. I mean, everything's great. I'm fine. And everybody kept like saying, "Oh man, once you try PC gaming, you'll never go back." And I'm like, well, that bullshit. Like it just doesn't happen like that. And I remember playing my first game. It was Dark Souls 3, and booted that son of a bitch up and turned it on. And like I before I ever went into it, I maxed it out because I had the 980 Ti and the my my PC. And the shit just was. I was like, what the hell am I playing? Like this is. I mean, it almost felt like because I was on my 4K TV, and so I was playing at 4K, and I was like, holy shit! Like I had to call my wife in there, like, look at this game, look. I didn't even play for the first part. I actually turned it off and then booted up another game so I could do it again and check and see. I mean, I was just like blown away. But then the playing it was really uh, where the biggest wow factor for me. Because I mean, I when I thought you really couldn't tell the difference between 30 and 16, because I was under that mindset. I never had tried it, so I mean,
Yeah.
to me is if you don't try it, you don't really know.
Right.
And once I tried it, I was like, holy shit! Like this is like truly responsive. Like this is
It's
like you
weird
can.
because you can go to online and just they have like 30v60.com. You just look it up online. A lot of people don't know to look though.
No, I would never have known to look there.
Yeah.
And I always heard that like that video that like people like I've seen people post it like on Twitter or in Facebook groups. But what I've always heard is that whenever they do that, Twitter or Facebook kind of cripples it to the point sometimes when they're with their compression, and it stops it from actually being a true 30 to 60 or whatever.
Yeah. In some games you notice it a little more than others, but there's a lot of things like racing games, especially. It's very obvious in racing games.
Oh yeah. Oh, I whenever I played my first one on PC, that's where I guess the difference is like true night and day. Like I can get by with, to me, I can personally get by with like playing Shadow of Mordor on PS4. I'm not like completely torn up about the fact that it's 30 FPS or whatever. It's not a deal breaker for me. But when it comes to racing games, I won't play another racing game on a console. There's just no comparison. Like racing games are meant to be played on PC. Once you try it, like there's no comparison.
Yeah, I've got a few that I play. I play Need
Yeah,
for Speed
Mirror's Edge at
Shift and
30
one.
FPS looks bad.
Really? You mean wait? Hold on Mirrors. You said Mirror's Edge, the first one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
You
say.
just go to 30v60.com and you could pick a bunch of games and they have a clip on the left is 30, clip on the right is 60.
Oh, nice, nice, very very nice. So, if everybody's wondering why the audio actually sounds pretty decent, I actually got better headphones. Um,
I don't know if that.
I don't know how
no,
that would
it works for me in the sense that I could balance you guys out better. I have better.
okay.
I have
I
better
was
depth.
like-
No, I have a depth perception as far as audio goes with these things.
Okay.
I'm not using the old Logitechs anymore. I've officially grew up into big boy pants, into the Bayer Dynamics DT 990s, and they are really good. I'm able to hear everybody's vocals at certain points a little bit better. I hear the details a little bit better. I could tell when either Rags or Rambo is about to peak, or if they're talking loudly into their mic. I can adjust them a little bit better than putting the Logitechs, and it's like 20 to 20 hertz. It's like, oh man, like it's just in your face regardless. So if I would have turned you down with my Logitechs on, you would have still sounded like you're on 70 from 12%. So here it's like you guys are on 50% right now, and you guys don't sound nearly as loud as if I was with my Logitech. So that's where the audio difference comes in. Yeah. But anyways, is there anything you guys else want to talk about before we go? Rags, do you have anything coming up, sir?
probably do a Titanfall 2 video, which will probably be out sometime tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. Let me see if there's anything else. No, I mean, I don't have anything else. Just You know, same old, same old.
Nice, nice.
Oh, today. I got to 150,000 subs.
Hey,
Nice.
congratulations!
Congrats, man.
That's
Hooray,
awesome, dude.
hooray.
You're like, that's awesome though. That's great. Rambo, what about you? Are you gonna actually start busting out more videos
Man, I plan on it.
when I can
You
stop
know the
gaming?
situation. No,
I
well,
know.
yeah, that's true. I mean, I've been gaining like a whole lot. Been trying to get as much as I can completed before the end of this year, so I can start off fresh on some of my backlog next year, rather
Yeah.
than kind of going into next year playing a game.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of doing that. I plan on actually doing like my top 5 or top 10 video games for 2016. I have that. I'm gonna have that coming out, and probably the top 5 best and top 5, top 5 worst.
Yeah.
And then kind of make it a top. Either I don't know if I should do it two different videos or just one video, 5, one way, 5 the other. But I'll figure that one out. And I think I'm gonna maybe do one on this Phil Spencer thing. This whole
Lots
if I can get
content.
if I can get more information on it. I don't want to be the one that is going off of just that article. I want to make sure. I want to go back to the original conversation and see if the article, like the person who actually wrote the article, just saw something and ran with it, like we know that they do, and it was maybe taken out of context, because maybe that's where it stemmed from.
Oh, okay.
So if it actually was Phil Spencer saying stupid shit like that, then yeah, I'm definitely gonna say do something about it, because that's completely asinine for him to say something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Considering that it was his company that, or the company that he works for started this little
Yeah, it's
fucking
like,
shenanigans. So
and it's not like, and I don't understand, like, people are saying Sony paid bukus of money for that mission in Watch Dogs. I don't think Sony paid anything for it, because I can't find anywhere on the internet where it says Sony or Microsoft paid for these little exclusive missions that they get.
yeah,
Now I get that they pay for like the 30-day exclusive DLC. I get that.
yeah,
But these little extra bonus missions that they get that have nothing bearing on the story, they boil down to nothing more than what you get when you go to pre-order, say, Best Buy versus GameStop, where you get a different mission at Best Buy than you do at GameStop.
yeah.
They boil down to just a meaningless mission.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't think that Sony or Microsoft is actually paying for this content. I think that Ubisoft or whatever company it is just saying, here, since we're partnered with you on the game, we're going to go ahead and give you this little extra stuff to kind of entice more people to come to your side.
Yeah.
That's what my thought is on it. But I mean, I'm not in Sony's pocket or Microsoft's pocket to know like what funds are being handed off, but it just doesn't make sense to pay money for a 5-minute mission. It doesn't seem like would be beneficial to either company.
Yeah. What about you, Shanner? You have anything coming, sir?
Yeah. Well, you and me both are going to be playing through Titanfall 2.
Yes, we are.
And
We're gonna be doing our reviews.
Yeah, and I want to approach it in a way that isn't approached by every YouTube game reviewer out there. So when you come to watch it, you know, it's different.
Yeah.
So I'll be working on that for the next few days. So yeah, that's about all I got for the next few days.
And on the side note, you guys.
Wait, so the single player's co-op?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say play it co-op. When you get to the effect and cause mission, play that one single player.
Okay.
Will do. Subpurge? What are you guys talking about?
How YouTube towards either the end of the year or the beginning of the year, YouTube does this big purge where they purge all your dead accounts, which usually that's perfectly. I'd prefer them to do it. Kind of like, I think me and Rags were actually talking about that you'd rather have like all your dead accounts gone. But a lot of times that you really know how good YouTube's like their robots work. That a lot of people actually do get unsubbed that are actually subbed.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, nice cleaning of the house. Yeah. So
Well, yeah, because I mean, having those numbers there don't mean anything. Just if those people are never going to
yeah,
watch your
exactly. I
video.
mean, if they're gonna watch your shit, they're gonna watch your shit. If they're not, they're
Yeah.
not. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. All right. So we got some things coming up for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it.
So we are gonna see them one more time before Christmas, right? Like the
Oh
audience.
yeah, we're going to see him Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Okay, cool. Well, until then, we're all gonna go take Metrox and go stuff him like a Christmas stocking. Anyone wants in? Type one in the chat.